Good evening, this is Tened the Human, and welcome back to our Romano-British Horde campaign. You join us with who I've decided to call Einstein of Beirut, simply because we can't pronounce him. He's not very happy about it, judging by his face, but to be honest, he is our faction leader, so I should probably at least acknowledge his existence. However, he does have a son who looks quite interesting, also quite miserable, but Donvalo Gastus is a handsome, calm political animal and a Christian. So that's all very nice indeed. He might actually make a very sensible faction heir. I say that as if we have lots of options. We don't. There is, of course, yet a Veldic over there who has helped us out earlier in this campaign, of course. But he's 52, much like our good old leader here. Oh, is he actually technically? Oh, I didn't realise he was Cador's son. Okay, I just assumed he was yours, sir, but no. It's Cador's child, apparently. Why are you appearing in the middle here? I'm not really sure why the family tree is doing all of this. Anyway, it's fine. Yes, good old lad over here. He's 52 and our current faction leader is 56. It doesn't make too much sense, does it? We'll select him as the faction heir. And there's Dunvalo. I have great things considered about your futures. Excellent. So yes, this is the force from Sicily. You'd be unsurprised in the 1 or 2 turns in between recording that Sicily has been reclaimed by the horde of Western Empire rebels who have nowhere else to go, to be honest. So that is, yes, fairly sensible. With all the pirates floating around, they don't have any boats, do they? So yes, they're back there. That's fine. We've triggered them to be a horde at least once. That's fine. They now have 4 armies, so we won't be re-triggering them anytime soon. However, we do have this force. They're just going to move eastward. I'm going to swing around here because we're pirates around. And whilst this force has generally been able to hold, I would probably think it's best just to make sure that we, keep these guys as safe as possible. So I'm going to keep them coming around this way. We're also not in a rush at this point. They've achieved their goals, which was to kick out the Berbers and to kick out the Western and Eastern Empire out of Western Empire rebels, even out of this area here, which they've done. So very nice work indeed. Now, our plans going forward is we need to go and deal with the Eastern Empire. So to deal with that, we're going to need a bit of a restock in Constantinople. So that's our plan really, to work our way there. But to do that, we're going to need to move these armies over towards the Sarmatians and probably the Roxolani too, although that's quite a strong force. I imagine they don't have strong forces in their other towns. I imagine that's their recent conquest, and so that's where the army is. We'll have a look at that. Hopefully we're able to knock those out with these forces. If we can't, we'll just reconvene over at Constantinople and we'll figure it out from there. Obviously, this force down here can continue. They probably just want to snipe off some of the other random territories of the Eastern Empire. But I don't want to get at war with them just yet. We're not actually at war. We're at peace with them. Shockingly, we actually do have peace with someone in this world. So we better keep it that way for the time being, at least. The Huns, we do need to go deal with the Huns in time. They are actually expanding quite a bit now. They've got these 3 territories. These are begging to be taken, and there's no one here. So, yes, we need to deal with them. We'll probably deal with them out of Constantinople, because, of course, we do need to go and deal with the Eastern Empire over here first and foremost. And I think from there, when we push across towards the Sassanids, assuming that our armies are getting battered from all the Eastern Empire campaigning, I think Antioch makes a good launching pad if we need a final one. So that's really our plan going forward on this campaign. But for the time being, we do have Ireland and England to deal with. Now, in here, it is just a general, and they're not coming to reinforce their king for some unbeknown reason. So we'll sack that, and we'll royally sod off. Now, he could, in theory, just waltz straight back in, couldn't he? Does he have enough? I doubt he has enough for that. We're just going to leave him. Just leave Steve over there. This fleet is so close to death. Can we make land fall? Oh, okay. They have a little bit over here. A little bit more than we can really deal with, to be honest. We can't make landfall at all. But we shouldn't need that army. Now, over in Londinium, I've just jiggled my forces around so they're by the bridge just to help reinforce Ibericum should we need it. I've just split them up to make sure. Uh-oh. Okay, they have extra men. Panic. Okay, Yeah, we'll wait for the full force, I think, actually. They probably should have brought this army out at some point to maybe go and help London. Don't know why they haven't done that. Okay, can he make it there? He can't make it back to London. That's fine. So, yes, my plan to actually split this force up. I think the reason we didn't do this split up in the first place was to make sure that we didn't get caught out by a massive doom stack, for Pete's sake. Bloody Yorkshire lads hanging out on the forests, waiting to stab us. Evil, the lot of them. Anyway, we'll be fine. Londinium will fall on the end turn, and this guy can reconvene with these guys. I don't need a big army to take on, though. That's not ideal, is it? If this was their last territory, though, it would trigger the Horde. Would that be good? Where do you want the Roman Horde, actually? Because we could have it on Britannia. I don't have much control over Tarraco, but that's going to fall pretty quickly. Okay, this could be of interest. Where do you want them to be? Probably not over here, actually. Probably not in this part of the world. And unsurprisingly, they are going to study 4th at Londinium. It's not a huge amount. They might well say on the battle balance there that they have a good chance. I doubt they do, to be honest. Oh, yes, a good-looking, fruitful Bagan. Yes, that sounds like you lads. Right, we need to shoot him down with ballista. We should have enough infantry. Oh, we don't have ballista, Thomas. That's a slight problem, isn't it? Oh, well, it's fine. The rest are pretty much non-combatants as far as I'm concerned. So, yes, we'll just shoot him down, kill him with enough infantry. The Grail Knights will do it if they have to. Let's head on in. We do have a classic setup here with the general coming out of the flank there. Okay, in that case, archers. You actually get yourself out to that wing and start shooting them down. Infantry, I'm just going to ask you to stand over here, actually, because the general's going to come from there. I'd just like the rams, basically, to take some of the charge. So that's really what the plan is on that particular position. Okay, get the Grail Knights over here, and we'll just slam these guys in a moment. You should all be shooting at him. They are running in quick because I think they realise they have some issues here. Yeah, you just go and hit them. You hit them. I think we'll be absolutely fine. So in comes some missiles. They're going to get hit. Yeah, they're going to get hit, and I think that should be them gone. Indeed, it is them gone. Okay, that's good. That's what we need to see. All missiles. Start shooting them instead. That will work very nicely for us. And I think we'll just, yeah, they're reloading, but that's absolutely fine. I'll just make sure. Oh, some of their friends took the charge, but that is absolutely grand. They're all gone. Archers, get yourself back behind the rams and all of that situation. Grail Knights, get yourself back here. That'll be fine. Perhaps hilariously, they're actually deciding to chase the Sarmatian cav, which kind of works for me. It gives me a chance to shoot them with missiles if I can lure them into a stupid little running contest over here. So that's what we'll try and do. I wouldn't mind just putting them into these infantry anyway. Yeah, they seem to be more interested in the infantry at this point. You just ram into them, just clip them. Oh, we didn't quite clip them enough, and they're going to demolish those infantry. It's absolutely fine. Get the Grail Knights into some kind of supporting position. They can just help to finish them off. It's going to be a big chunking affair here. We're going to lose a fair few, but it's okay. Infantry, get yourself onto defend. And wait the cavalry to turn on around, and that should be a decent hit. Not the best charge in the world, but you know, Barbarian invasion. We do need to get these guys set up. There we go. I was going to say Barbarian invasion. No, Thomas. Rome is the game where charges do work nicely like that. But there we are. He's getting chopped down very, very quickly, fighting to the death. Unfortunately, the other guys are no longer around him. But that's their king gone. Oh, no. Officially, that is victory. We'll take it. Right. Only a few deaths then. Hopefully enough to go forward and take out the next force over in York. And with that, we immediately grab ourselves Londinium, another 10,000 in the kitty. And they're wandering off to the forest for an ambush. Okay. Intriguing. These guys, get yourself onto, yes, Watling Street, or whatever it is supposed to be. And, oh, okay. A few of us can't quite merge here. This isn't really ideal, is it? Right, well, I tell you what, we'll leave those 33 away like they were before. And that will have to be the best we can do. End of term report. Nothing really to tell about other than we gained a big bucket of money. I'm going to tell these guys, Yeah, so you might be better landing over here, over in the Lake District. Go have a nice little holiday over by the lakes. That'll be lovely. This is the only boat we've got to get home, by the way. So if these guys have a chance to do anything after this, I doubt they have much left. But if they do have any opportunity, it will be, yes, thanks to those 8 oarmen on that trireme. Okay, we'll see about that. Otherwise, alright, the blurb is going to settle there. I'm intrigued to find out, but we have just lost some of our visibility, and I'm going to continue to cheese it with the boats. As for up here, we did want to keep an eye on the Burgundii, who do keep wandering back and forth. Don't quite know what they want to do they? No. As for Sarmatians, I don't know exactly where they're at either. Let's just keep going. Yeah, that Sarmate is fairly quiet, and we'll swing down to the other Roxanani settlement and see what's going on there. But otherwise, it's fairly quiet. We've just got to move ourselves along at the moment and see what develops. An interesting war here, the Alemanni and the Saxons. That could be good fun, couldn't it? Okay, it looks like the main force is still hiding somewhere. There we go, they failed. So, do we want to do this? They have failed. We'll have time to prepare for the battle. 1-1. This makes them technically the attacker, which probably does work to my favour, actually. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plenty of archers. Okay, I do have more, though, which is good to know. In terms of cav, though, 2 Foderati, who are pretty trash, let's bear in mind, and the general. We have Crown Knights and Sarmatian. It's pretty equal there as well, actually. And in terms of infantry, yeah, we have kind of equivalent armies here, don't we? That is interesting. There you have a faction heir, though, who just became a faction heir because I just killed the darn king. Okay, well, hopefully we can win. I hope so. It's an intriguing setup here. We potentially could turn the ambushed into the ambushees. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, I've got a couple archers in the forest here in case they actually want to come fairly head on. We'll go and get engaged with them that way. Although they do seem to be fairly much just sending their archers forward at this point. So I might actually just send... No, Thomas, that tells them about these guys, doesn't it? No. Yeah, send these guys out like that to go and do some skirmishing. Might also pull them slightly more in that direction. Get those guys just to go and run over there. Now, they haven't seen my cavalry in this forest either, which is amusing, because yes, I will just put out a little ambush in this forest. They're going to turn slightly this way. Now, the general's a bit close to my liking, but it could mean that these guys get themselves in trouble instead. Okay. Yeah, my archer's getting in position. Lister should have a shot soon. Oh, Foderati Cav are running forward over here. It's a bit of a shame. They spotted us. They might have spotted us. You know what? It's fine. Turn these guys into the Foderati. We should have their number. So yeah, we'll go and deal with them. And there's a tree slightly in the way, but we have the better cav, so we should be absolutely fine just to win that head-on battle. Apparently, they've got some cavalry out here. Thomas, that was kind of the whole point, was to not let that happen. I haven't been paying attention to a flank. Problems. Okay, fine. We're going to have a bit of an archer affair, but of course, yeah, there are cavalry to deal with first. So that's fine. Yeah, get on top of them. That's the whole point of that. They're on skirmish. It's not supposed to be in skirmish mode. That's been the problem, hasn't it? Yes, it is indeed being part of the problem. Okay, we'll scrap the skirmishing plan. We're just going to go back to normal positioning. But they have routed now, so that's absolutely fine. We have indeed routed that force, which means I'm just going to... Yeah, we'll just keep those archers away. That's fine. Okay, they got a early bit of victory from that skirmish. We got an early bit of victory from the skirmish. It's fine. We lost one kind of archer. Not the end of the world. We are getting shot, though, just a little bit. So, alright. Let's run into that forest at this point, then, and see what they want to do. Limatane. Yeah, unfortunately, they seem to be very wide, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm going to get these cavalry around the back instead. These archers... Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to hold them in position for very long, are they? Not really, no. Okay, What do we want? They're being quite aggressive here, and I don't really like that situation. Right, these Grawl Knights, I'm going to need to use my Knights very, very effectively here. Let's just go and plough. There's a load of peasants at the front here. The peasants are asking to be routed. So let's just charge them with my General. Yeah, let's just get these guys into them. You guys, flaming shot, fire at will. Doesn't matter, just show yourselves. They haven't come in at the angle we hoped, but it's fine. We will just get some routes. Here's some flaming arrows into them. Charge into these guys. Yeah, let's just get some of these guys into position. That'll be absolutely fine. Cavalry's doing its job back there. This is a mess. Absolute cocking mess. Right, those Knights are sacrificing themselves, unfortunately. But it is what it is. If they just hold them in position for now, that's actually kind of perfect, to be honest. There we are. We got mass break over there. That's kind of what I was expecting, to be honest. Yeah, you guys get in and help them out. These archers have turned into more of a distraction than an ambush, but that's fine. All right, General, I do need you actually right now. These cav done decent work, but there's quite a lot of them. Okay, Mr. General over here. Let's just get everyone in. You go and take care of them. No, not Ballista. Yes, that was slightly confusing, wasn't it? That's my Ballista. Right, Grawl Knights. Yeah. Get yourselves over here, Mr. Grolls. We can charge into the rear of them. Sarmatians are... Let's just make sure this flank is covered at this point. All of this. Not you, General. Get into them. Commit to tenses. Whatever it takes to clear them out, we clear them out, okay? You, take care of them. You, take care of them. And that should be good. Yeah, that's a route behind the General. He won't like that. Grawl Knights aren't going to get their charge in, but they're going to pin him. And that is very good indeed. They are mostly routed now because they do have a lot of peasants in this army. So they're no good, really. But just need to be a little bit careful. General is routing over there as well. We pinned him with our General of Knights. That is what you want to see. Limatani over there. That's fine. You guys turn yourself back into them. They're gone as well because they're Lima fucking Tani. Useless. And I think as the rest of this, it's absolutely fine at this stage. We can chop him down. Absolutely we have. And now it is a case of all infantry run at whatever is still on this field of fighting. There are some peasants over there. Yeah, it looked like a little ambush in the forest did something. Wasn't exactly what I envisaged, but, you know, job is near enough done. And in the centre of what remains then, we're just going to charge it in. That's the committed tenses, hit by the General, and that's pretty much what was left to take us on. The rest is, yeah, scattered and lost. Gone and lost, lost and gone. Charge them down, lads. Whatever cavalry we've got left surviving in this godforsaken affair, let's get using them. As the battle finally ends, I am very worried about the classic crash happening here, because 15% to 97% is absolutely magnificent. Let's put our fingers crossed. Huzzah! Everyone crossed their fingers, or at least the right amount of people did. So, there we are. We have ourselves victory. In fact, to be honest, it's just a General. We'll just crack on in, I think. And with that, there we go. There we go. It's loading as if, like... Oh, yeah, oh, right. Yes, I did discuss this last time. Is this going to happen? So, yes, I've confused the game quite heartily here. So I'm going to sack the settlement. That's fine. So what I think what's just happened is the old order's collapsed. The Western Empire is gone. Did the Saxons sack that? No, but I killed the last general. Right, I killed the last general there, and thus the Western Empire has died, which means now that the Western Empire rebels... Hang on. Yeah, so this was already the Western Empire rebels. That is now... that has now become part of them. So we are probably going to have to go back over here, I guess, because I kind of haven't turned them into a horde, because what's happened here is I've killed off the faction, which has meant that the Eastern Empire rebels have become the Empire, which, yeah, means that the Empire is reborn. Yeah, Western and Eastern Empires have been finally being raised as one power. I don't think that's quite what's happened here, but something has certainly happened. Weird things have happened. Western Empire rebels are now in... Oh. So, has it kicked the rebels out because... This is so weird. I love it. Okay, I need to go investigate this. I'll be honest, Mr. Ship. Your job is to go back up here now. It might be a bit dangerous for you, but to be honest, it's fine. You're mostly costing me money, actually. On that note, do we need to get rid of these mercs? We might, we might. Yes, so obviously what's happened is I killed the general. So the Western Empire rebels have turned into the Western Empire, meaning that they inherited this, as well as the city they already had. But what's happened is that Western Empire rebels already existed, so that's kicked them out, presumably. So now the Western Empire rebels have more hordes? They might have like 8 horde armies here, which would be spectacular if so. Which means they'll probably just besiege this for me, meaning that to horde the Western Empire probably still just means going to attack this, I guess. All very, very confusing and very marvellously weird, which is exactly what I wanted from this campaign. Okay, York has been burnt to a cinder. Did I just inherit? Yes. The Romans have lost... The Romans have lost control of Britannia, and thus a Romano-British horde has been triggered in the game files. I never changed that. I was interested what would happen. Indeed, we have ourselves a new lady. He's not part of the family tree. He's confused if he's Welsh or Roman by the sounds of that name, which does seem to be quite common among us. But okay, at least means we have a general here. On the sad side, it means that we have to find a way out of here. So that is interesting. All right, lads. All right, get yourselves over to... Yeah, over to Chester. There's no Dava on this game, but we'll come and join in anyway. So we've actually now got ourselves tons of extra forces, which is very nice indeed. As long as no pirates turn up, we can just take the boat over there next turn, which will be excellent. So yes, the game's a bit confused. I'm not sure why the Roman Empire is reborn, other than the Eastern Empire have Rome and Constantinople, I guess. I don't know if there's... I don't know what all the triggers are in that particular thing. But yes, we're going to investigate Sicily, because if they're right and the Western Empire rebels have been spat out of here as a result of this shenaniganry, which wouldn't normally happen in this situation, but it has here. So if that's what's happened, they already had like 4 horde armies standing around when they've resettled. They would have had at least 2 of them still. So they might have 6. I don't know. We'll find out eventually, I guess. How incredibly silly. As for all of this nonsense, yeah, the Roxolani have a few units scattered around, but most of their forces seem to be over here, so that's probably where all of you guys need to head. These guys can deal with the Sarmatians and then head towards Constantinople, because we're getting to a point now where, I mean, we're not actually that battered, but I don't want to get as close as we did the first time when we had to settle. So we shall see. Yes, we've actually got quite a lot of our army here still standing, but we don't know how much is down south. And to be honest, we'll just sack a load of this Eastern Empire stuff as we go, I think. I don't want to be leaving too much of that open. Right, well, I didn't expect. I forgot that we'd probably end up getting that army too, but it's quite amusing. Unfortunately, this army was never supposed to be in this bit of the sea. We won, but they have sunk. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Maybe we don't. Maybe we'll just have to toggle the fog of war to see what's going on there, which I think is fine. Maybe that's what we'll have to do. Yeah, you guys. Oh, 29 on the last. 29. I'm going to get rid of all my extras, actually. We don't need to be spending all the money. Actually, it's not too bad. We're still sacking things. I did try and press delete there, but it wasn't letting me control D disband, so it's fine. As for this force, we probably can gather ourselves up a really nice one, actually. And by really nice one, I mean not an absolutely terrible one, because we really don't have a lot, do we? No. But we have something. So we can grab some of the Foderati lad. There are some coastal levies around. Oh yeah, yes, see, we've got a force to put together here. Well, we have ourselves an opportunity here. Since we're swinging on around, maybe it is time to wage war with the Eastern Empire. But before we do that, let's just go and find out what the hell's happening on Sicily. Yes, indeed. Okay, we do have a Western Horde. Okay, the Western Empire are indeed hoarded. This is... what? It says the city is run by the Empire. I'm so confused. Right, it says it's run by the Empire, but it's clearly run by the rebels. But the rebels are besieging their own... I'm just going to screenshot this. Rebels seem to be besieging their own town, which is confusing because it used to be the rebels, but it should now be... Okay, the banners are just confused, but basically we've got hordes of both the Empire and the rebels. So yes, the two armies that used to be here as part of the rebels are now the actual, you know, Empire itself. Of course, obviously they inherited it, but having been kicked out of here, some of the people who like to think of themselves as the rebels decided to stay as rebels. So yes, that's an excellent island of nonsense, and I don't need to get involved whatsoever. This falling wouldn't create the Horde because the Horde already exists. Right, utter chaos everywhere. It's just they're a Horde with two cities as far as the game's concerned. Very, very strange indeed. Now, as for the Burgundii, then, they don't need to finish this off anymore because that job's been done for me. But the guy and Alemanni just want to go to the New World. There are boats everywhere. So, yeah, that's going to be bad for me, actually, isn't it? Ooh, okay. Tara. They clearly lost a battle. I might have to go back and deal with him. That means the Celts will be stuck on Ireland forever. So maybe that's all for the best. There are lots of Doom boats around. We might just need to pay attention to that. As for the rest of this, the Franks are settled down. The Goths are still wandering. Plenty of armies, though. Hopefully they're going to come down and smash the Eastern Empire for me. That would be ideal. This force tried to poke at Rome, or is trying to poke at Rome. Not sure it's putting it off. Semium, for some reason, didn't get taken by the Huns, or they have taken Carnuntum now. Which is interesting. They seem to have lost Dacia, though. I'm sure they had that before. Oh, yes, I'm actually besieging this over here. And as for the Eastern Empire rebels, they seem to have lost a fair bit of their territory, but they still have a fair amount of armies floating around. Antioch under siege. Ooh, very nice indeed. Yeah, they're at war with the Sassanids too. This is all very, very messy, isn't it? And Zaire is falling back. Yeah, Thompson Snowball's fairly empty, but I didn't know that, obviously. I do now. But there we are. It's fine. I'll be sending a spy down before we head into there. For the time being, I am, if I just take off the fog of war, I'm just going to siege this down for a few turns, if nothing else, because we just need to catch up. These armies up here are going to deal with the Roxolani. No point in me getting too far ahead of myself, so I might as well take a few turns rest there to deal with them. As for Cyrene, we will start this war now, because why the cock not? We're not going to gain very much from this, because we're going to give it all to the... Yeah, give it all to the mercenaries. That's fine. I left the boat right there, lads. Get on the soddy... Actually, maybe that isn't the best idea. Maybe they know it's not the best idea. We're going to try the boats just a little bit more, lads. It'll be fine. Up in the north then, it is time to deal with the Celts. And this could be an interesting one because... Yeah, they have some decent units here. Scotti Chariots, plenty of their Gallo Glasses, or that's a damage unit, and Wolfhounds. They can be annoying. It's a reinforcement army. Oh, they've got the Hounds of Kulan, as well as more Scotti Chariots and some faction leaders. Yeah, so they're just normal warlords. I couldn't remember if they were city chariots as well, but okay. Not, it says 2-1, although that bandit is not suggesting that. It will be fine, thanks to the new general and a few extra units, but yeah, let's make sure we do this properly. An interesting battlefield here then, right on the coast, looking magnificent. Reinforcements are coming in, so whilst I do have a nice hill over here, I am pressing forward just a little bit to make sure we're in a good position. Shooting down those Gallo Glasses with our chariots since they were approaching us. Good idea. Their chariots, by the way, are not missiles. Well, they are potentially little javelins, aren't they? But yeah, they don't have the range that we have. So we can actually cause them a lot of problems from a distance. They have a lot of pikes. They don't really know what to do with them, do they? They're just sort of standing around like numpties. Perfect for me. All right, How's the rest of this looking at this point? Are you on skirmish? They are on skirmish. That's good. Archers actually do have a shot, so I won't get them moving for now. I should bear that in mind. Yeah, okay, they are just causing them just to move around just a little bit. We'll just keep on skirmishing for the time being, but it does mean that their reinforcements might have time to arrive. Don't mind too much the current situation, but yeah, if they're going to start shuffling back, let's keep on running our lads forward. Let's get ourselves into position, shoot down their Scottish chariots, get ourselves into the plain actually, because the trees are not ideal for my chariots. It's not ideal for my ballista, who's basically stuck where he was plonked at the start of the deployment stage because I can't move him anywhere on this little battlefield, which is a bit irritating. Let's get everyone running. That should be good. Actually, with these guys, let's just slightly tweak where they're going to about there. Oh, they look like they're reacting to that. They look like they want to react to that. You go and head into them. It's fine. We will shoot them down as we get closer and closer and closer. Yes, okay, we got their attention. Move yourselves back away. We don't want their javelins actually hitting us, but we do want to just keep wangling them around. They are just shuffling, aren't they? They are shuffling endlessly here, which means our archers are going to be having a whale of a time. They don't really have much into the missiles. They're javelin peoples and archery peoples, which doesn't work too well for them. Even if we just skirmish with these chariots, I'm kind of happy. It keeps their chariots busy. They're not the greatest chariots of all time, but there aren't too many chariots in Barbarian Invasion, so they're by far the most kind of physically aggressive of them. The rest are ballista chariots and these guys over here, which are not supposed to be in this game. So there we are. Right, reinforcements are very slow to arrive, but we've mostly just been shooting them down in a good skirmish in the meantime. Whilst of course waiting for your reinforcements is a very sensible decision by them, it's not very sensible when you basically let your whole line get destroyed in the meantime. They are though going to probably start moving in now that we're in this situation, so probably time to start choosing some choice targets, Thomas. Get some missiles into them. Do you want to hit the warlords? Probably not the worst idea actually. Yeah, you guys shoot some of them. I'm going to get one of these chariots to start thundering up in this direction actually. You just keep these guys distracted. Have a little bit of a chariot shootout by the sea, that's fine. I'm going to make sure all is safe. You guys just cover this up a little bit more. The arrows should put pave to them before too long. You get yourselves off skirmish and start really pushing up here. We just want to make sure we can trigger these guys. Oh yes, they have Hands of Kulan, they've Hands of Kulan, shoot the Hands of Kulan, everyone shoot the Hands of God darn cocking Kulan. We need them to go down. They've stopped right in front of us, which is a terrible decision by them. They look magnificent. They also look magnificent when they have arrows through their face. So yes, maybe we should just shoot as many of them down as humanly possible. Don't really care about their cavalry too much, even if it is a warlord. Chariots. Oh, chariots. Yeah, they're supposed to thunder in to scare their infantry, and I kind of forgot about them, and now they're dead. Because of the warlord, obviously, that was always going to shred them. Okay, well, I forgot about a unit and they died. Shock horror. That's never happened before at all, but their chariots at that flank have at least been distracted for quite a while now. Spearmen actually going to come on in. Very nice. Actually got a bit of a battle going on over there. You shoot some fire arrows into them if you can. I don't really care if you hit our own. You also go on to... Actually, no, don't go on to fire. Keep shooting those chariots. That'll be absolutely grand. These guys shoot the Hounds of Gulan, and you guys get some fire arrows into their ish. Right, the warlord has decided to pile on in. Time for us to pile on in our guys as well. Get these cavalry out here. No need for much more faffing around when it comes to all of this. Let's start taking care. I told you to charge on in, you pilchard. Get on in, you tit. Pete's mahogany table. Right. Let's get these guys in. Let's get these guys in. You get into the flank as well. They're not doing anything down here. So one of you can just run off over there. You can just run across here. And yeah, we need these guys to get themselves forward. That is enemy general fallen. One of them's down anyway. Yeah, get into the back of the warlord. You... Are we got them shut in yet? Yeah, they're pretty much shut in now. Flaming arrows come to assist as we charge on down the hill. That's perfect. All infantry, charge on into them. They're broken. Perfect. Right. Pretty much got them now. You guys continue to do your skirmishing. You've done an excellent bit of work over there. Cavalry charge. There we go. Down goes the king just sitting there. That's lovely stuff. Yeah, we've got them now. We've got them now. Charge them down. Charge them down. They will horde immediately if we kill enough of them here. There is a force besieging Tara right now, but that is about it. Yes, Scottish Chariot's about all that's left, actually, not properly fleeing here, but they are retreating, so you might just catch them out. Yeah. They're not great, those chariots. They will scare infantry, but they don't have the scythes, so they're not the greatest in the world. All missiles, come and deal with them. You don't have any missiles left, so maybe don't run at those guys. It looks like the victory is ours. Battle is essentially over, but there is still one unit of chariots floating around, and they didn't go down to those missiles there, which is a little bit unfortunate. One unit as well just standing in a Schiltrum. No need to worry about him, to be honest. We'll just let the next volley of arrows come on in. And yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Alright, all missiles then. All missiles back onto these lads, then back onto them. And we'll just chase them down the best we can. But basically everyone's gone at this point. So victory and glory is to us, apart from the fact that technically these guys are still fighting. But I don't think they'll be fighting for too much longer. I keep thinking this battle's over. It's not. There's still a general right cock in here. That's interesting. Ballista got taken out at some point by this guy, by the way. So down goes the ballista. These guys should be pretty battered down from earlier on. Look at the chariots in, because no one else is anywhere near this part of the battlefield. For Pete's sake, these guys might not be too happy once we get some chariots in as well. They're sort of half running away. Oh, that's fine. I'm looking at the reinforcements getting. One day we'll officially win. The general's actually dead, but yeah, I did always think that ballista was going to end up dead somehow. I did leave infantry with him just in case, but yeah, now we've got them trapped, and I think for the third time we can officially claim actual victory. That might be the final general. Fine, that was the reinforcement guy. You know what, guys? I'm just going to press end because I'm done with this god-darn forsaken match. And if we need to siege them out, well, 91%, we probably will get the city. Victory and glory. They didn't give us the city, sadly, but it's fine because I'd kind of rather finish them off over in Ireland if they don't do that this turn. One-handed Kulan, those 40 Pictish spearmen would be great. Just have the one-handed Kulan left at the end of all of that, but no, that's not how this goes, sadly. Having failed to bother taking Ireland, then it seems like the Celtic Horde is going to get to be some of them over here. That was interesting. Okay, not much to sack out of your godforsaken nonsense of a town. Fine. We'll get on a tiny boat of 8 rowers and I'm sure we'll be fine, hopefully. Let's go on a little holiday over to Holyhead. There we are, probably Holyhead, but I'm calling it Holyhead. Yeah, we'll just go on a little trip over to Anglesey, which doesn't really exist on this game. Fine. I'm going to leave some peasants just to kind of be a little bit of a scout units around, because I could probably do with knowing where exactly any boats are in this part of the world. So yeah, we're just going to send these little scraps around. So that's mostly what this force is. Just know where their pirate fleets are, and hopefully we'll be fine to deal with that. Okay, the rest of this is just waiting for the shortest trip across it can possibly find. That's the Celtic people in flight. Extra retinue for barbarians being taken on, and Delaroda has been sacked. Okay, for the time being we're stuck in Wales. The army might need to be disbanded or just, yeah, spread to the winds. It's all pretty well. There are a few new units actually that came with this lad, but the rest of them are all Horde units because I did plan for that eventuality. Having decided these guys are nowhere near me, I'm deciding to ignore them. Hopefully I can go kick out the Huns. That is very much the ideal situation over there. Yeah, you sir, just go and have a little knock on the door of those guys. There's a big old force in here, so yeah, a good army. Just going to put that under siege, and the rest of these guys, bit of a random ragtag sort of force, isn't it? But the rest of them can just sort of wander past and they can do some stuff and things. 4 turns still surrender because they are just small camp-like settlements. Now, do we go for Crete or do we just dump our troops off the boat? I think really we should just be taking our men off the boat. They apparently can't quite make it. That's unfortunate. Can we do it without them? No, we can't. Hopefully they will be fine. They did have another battle. Again, just one ship. They keep on sending the odd one ships against them, which just keeps us alive. But, okay, we've got the Huns down here. We'll just keep a little bit of an eye on them. Nothing too interesting going on, but that's fine. We'll have the battle here on the end turn. Indeed, we do have the battle here on the end turn. We can make it 3 Horde well, actually, Western Empire, as well as the Western Empire rebels, sort of. I mean, we'll count that as 1, but obviously the Celts, and now the Sarmatians as well. We're going to have 3 in a day. That's going to be lovely. Faction leader, who is Lily Livered. That's nice to see in the pink, though. Okay. Not the most inspiring of generals. Cowers behind walls. Excellent, but he's not actually the general here. He's got a very strange mix of things. Excellent with cavalry, but not with infantry. Nice. Okay. Well, we're going to splatter them. Cador or not, we'll claim victory. This is going to be one of the strangest openings to a Sally battle I've ever seen. Yeah, we just have everyone standing outside the city because they are, of course, yeah, they've got no walls. They're just here. Very strange indeed. That shot could be excellent. Come on. It's a bit short. Bit of a shame. You just shoot who you want, by the way, lad. I did tell him to aim for the general, but he's ran off immediately. Ran off to that standard flank that they love to use so much. Fine. We're going to grab these cat... Why don't they go over here? There we go. Go over there, sirs. That'll be fine. Yes, the generals want to do their standard Sunday battle thing and all run off to that flank before they immediately come back. Now, we are immensely strong. We've 7 experience on some of these guys. So yeah, I'm not even going to worry about the missiles right now, actually. So get our archers just to regroup, actually. You're a little bit better behind the lines. You can do your thing. You know what? You can stop for a moment because I really don't want to be killing our own men. We'll clear out these guys with a few charges. These cavalry are supreme. Love that, love that, love that, love that. You guys also stop shooting because you're shooting our own men, which is not ideal. You archers, yes, the Virgin Foot Archer killed our head hurlers. You absolute bitches. Damn you, Ham, damn you. And okay, we're going to take them down. They're not going to cause us too many problems. Let's turn around some of these to go and deal with them. The Virgin Foot Archers are going to be dealt with, and the generals one day might bother to actually defend their people, but for now, they're leaving them to be slaughtered. For some reason, our Sarmatian Auxiliary is very, very confused about its positioning right now. The cavalry are doing strange wonglings as well. Yeah, some of them are in the city and some of them are over there. Very strange position. Do not shoot my guys. Oh, not a bad attempt. Not a bad attempt. Sarmatian Virgin Cav. Okay, we have ourselves some Paulers on horseback. Let's make sure we deal with them. It's a warlord over there. Do I want to lose these experienced cavalry to that? I probably don't, you know. That would be a bit of a waste, but... yeah, I think it's time to get some of these guys back in a more sensible position. I just want to tease them out, and indeed they are teased. Let's not lose my good cav unnecessarily here. Those are herdsmen, which are hilariously terrible. Just to send the basic lads in there. Yes, okay. Swordsman, your job, just to make sure they're safe. Yeah, just block off these guys, that'll be fine. Archers, what are you doing? I don't even know. It's fine. Just make sure that we are covered against this general, should we need to be. You start covering. Yeah. Okay, we're going to lose a few of our swordsmen to that, unfortunately. But it's just the way it goes. Get yourselves in. Chunky, 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 chunky. Virgin Cav, they need to go down. More Virgin Cav. Probably the same unit. I don't know what I'm clicking on. Missed the right unit there as well. Okay, so we cleared them out. That's perfect. That general didn't last very long, and he only took out a few of our swordsmen, actually. So that's not too bad. Excellent. Don't do that! Go off flaming, please. Please leave flaming alone. Alright, well, we cleared out, like, one of those guys. I don't think we necessarily killed the general, because I haven't seen that message come up. but it feels like we did a decent enough job. Everyone just get yourselves back towards the line. There's some very weird pathfinding going on in this particular battle. I'm not really sure what's happening with it, but it's bizarre. It's causing... Where is everyone going? Get yourselves over here, you utter tits, the lot of you. Right, well, let's just get some of my cav. Let's go deal with this warlord who's a bit confused. I mean, it's not helping my chariots out either, who are now getting killed, because they're in all sorts of weird positions. They're not even on skirmish, by the way. But they're going to die, even though they're very experienced, because they're just very good at getting themselves killed, which is basically what they do. Okay, well, that's a bit chaotic. It's a bit of a chaotic day, really, isn't it? Okay, they're now sending more of them over here. Mounted archers, Sarmatian nonces. Yeah, there's a big pile of utter nonsense going on. Fine. Fine. I think it's a day just to use our cav. I mean, I kind of don't want to lose them, but I guess we'll be retraining them before too long. So we'll just sieve them down now, and we'll deal with the rest later. And all of these forces are pretty much destroyed and trash. There was one half-decent unit in there, which is gone already. Lovely! Okay, you guys keep moving on. There's just some bloody herdsmen. That's a general over there. Go and deal with them and just ignore the herdsmen. Don't think they can even scratch your goddamn shiny armour. Yeah, we just ran past them and they started running away. Egg salad. Egg salad for everyone here today. This battle's done, essentially, but we haven't killed many of them. Just killed that one king at the start. But it's near enough done. And on the plaza, then, we'll just run on into whoever happens to still be hanging around here. Is there anyone left? There's no one left. It's done. They are D-E-D dead. With that then, we have ourselves a new horde. They are running that way. Could be bad. Could be bad. We will see in time. I think it's finally time for these lads over here to get off the boat. And we might as well start mopping up some of the Eastern Empire. We're not quite there yet. Obviously, we've spat these guys out into the dust. 3 turns until the Roxolani lose their next territory. So mostly it's just a case of, in our turn, plodding along, seeing what else comes our way. Oh, Cocker Spaniels. We need to deal with them because they've come back towards us. So yeah, maybe the Eastern Empire Constantinople plan is slightly held up for the moment. That's a bit problem. Oh, it's crashed. Trying once again. There are problems. Interesting. I'm not quite sure. Pure virtual function core. Well, you know what? I'm going to try and fix this one. But this is not looking positive. I must say, I never normally have crashes on the end turn like that, which is a little bit worrying. Barbarian Invasion does tend to get a little bit more wibbly than other Total War games in my experience. Now, I have a little theory that these guys might have something to do with it because this is already a little bit messed up. So I'm just curious on this end turn. Yes, of course, we were dumping him off. I wonder if something happens over there when the crash happens because I'm not quite sure what is triggering it. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. However, if I could turn those factions back to not being Horde factions, it might just trick something. I know that Era was not necessarily saying it was to do with that, but yeah, there's I've had no change of my my stuff on the my software, so I'm not really sure exactly what it is. So at the moment it seems to be fine. I suspect it is something to do with those Romans. So we're just going to follow all and see. And obviously this isn't normally what I might show on the series, but I think seeing as we are a bit of a modding channel here anyway, it's well worth seeing where the crash decides to happen. And it does look like it's the empires in question. Right, okay. Here we are then again for time number 8 or so. This time the Western Empire and the Western Empire rebels, ooh, we got through it. They're both no longer Horde factions, and they're both no longer shadowed or shadowing each other. Because I think it was the switching between factions that the game was imploding about, potentially due to the nonsense going on Sicily. And yeah, you can see Sicily has turned rebel. So I think, yeah, something in the game didn't like all this switcherooing. So Syracuse is now rebel. That makes more sense. Now, these are now no longer linked factions. They're just completely separate entities and they're not hordes. So I think I've managed to fix it, but you know what? On the note of, yes, Dunvallo getting married, this lady here, she has fixed the game file, thankfully, and she is astute and above all reproach because she fixed the goddamn files. So there we are. Right, I'm not sure exactly what the issue was other than they were kind of besieging their own city and that couldn't be good. So something weird happened in the winger-wanglings of the game files there. It does happen in Barbarian Invasion. That was particularly bad, even for this game. So I think, you know what, we'll call it there. We shall call it there. We are on our way to Alexandria. Okay, he's on his way. He really wants to get to Alexandria. Excellent. We'll let the rest of his army catch up with him in time. Elsewhere, things are interesting. We managed to, trigger the Sarmatian Horde. This time, actually, they appear to have not. We've assigned different reality again. We seem to have lots of different realities going on. Very interesting indeed. Sarmatians have been defeated. They are now a horde. Roxolani are going to be a horde soon enough, I hope. We're going to have to go finish them off with our other armies. The Celts now a horde who are somewhat separated. Sorry, faction leader, you've got to live in Ireland forever. But the rest of them get to go and explore Britannia if they want. This boat, by the way. Oh, look, actually, we got, see, to talk of the fog of war. You can see we're actually okay on the boats for the, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we've got the scouts around to try and make sure that we're safe. But anyway, the fog of war being told off has indeed clarified that we possibly have a half turn to get something done. That's nice to know. But otherwise, yeah, we've managed to get the Western Empire rebels sort of dealt with. I mean, they're going to die in a moment if they don't take this because they're no longer a horde. So I'm going to see if I can turn the hordes back on next turn. And maybe if they're not shadowed to each other, then it'll be fine. So I do want to keep the hordes around if I can. We'll see about all of that. It's been chaotic. We've had a good 3 or 4 kind of hordes triggered today, depending on what you would say has gone on with the bloody Western Empire and their rebels. But I'd say it's very successful indeed, aside from the fact that we almost entirely ripped the game apart. But all is fine and dandy. Next time we'll deal with the Roxolani. We'll probably go and settle down in Constantinople. Constantinople. That will be something I look forward to. But for now, I'll leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nerds to Human, and this is a very, very ripped apart modded version of Remnant Wars Barbarian Invasion. The Romano-British Horde campaign. Brexit means Brexit, damn it, and we have broken Britannia. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Anyone who's already got children, they've just been killed. We've decided to start afresh. We've lopped off every child's head, including our own leader's child. Sextus Rex will not have any heirs. We will not have blood heirs in this damn. He is clean hands. Clean of the blood of his children. Oh my, yeah, he's killed them all.